Toyota with BFG tires, KMC wheels, and Icon shocks. And hitting the Yukon launch as we speak, we'll see. He does slow down because he was another one that was getting a little bit too much of a jump, and he would stuff the front end, and it would almost like bounce wheelie up after that. It looked a little painful.
You don't want to do that for sure, doing the slap like that. But I like his paint scheme. He's got the old school Toyota look on there. But Jesse Bennett is in that number 1 position, the 4695. Then we have the 4629 of Callan Myers in that 2nd position. Charmaine Creer, the 4616, in that 3rd position.
So we have Brad Barnett out on course as we speak.
I think on screen right there is the 4605 of Albert Contreras.
Out of Compton, California with Jeep Thrills Off-Road. He's in a Jeep JL factory engine transmission, Atlas King Raceline, Mickey Thompson tires, and Mastercraft. But we have another guest here in the booth with us, Mr. Toby Stacy. How's it going, buddy?
Oh, it's awesome.
So you just finished your qualifying run, and I think, where'd you end up? I think you were 3rd, or?
I got first.
You got first. That's right. I got to look through my notes.
1:38. I hear.
Fastest
you were the
time of the day.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
1:38,
awesome.
4:56. So Toby Stacy.
We've got a lot of stuff going on up here. Sorry about that.
I can see. I just wanted to see what you guys were doing.
Wow,
up
did
here.
you see Albert Contreras just launch off the? Now he's going to go off the Yukon launch. How did you feel about those jumps right there? Were you wide open?
Jumps, yeah. As fast as 3rd gear will get me.
Just all of you had. And you debuted, your rookie debut was at King of the Hammers this year, and now you've had a great season. I believe you got 2nd at KOH, and you've had a great season thus far, and now you're the pole position setter for the 4800 Brannick Motorsports Legends class, and you got a good thing going. I'm pretty stoked for you, buddy.
Me too.
That's awesome. Albert just took the line that I haven't seen anybody take yet today off the gunite section.
Oh, yeah?
He took the far left that you could take if you're looking at it.
So Albert right now is passing the Bronco boulders. Give us your little rundown on what you think that's going to shake up on race day.
Oh, the boulders are pretty rude.
It's pretty nasty, isn't it, for a short course race? And taking off right now is
John Snell, wasn't
John
that?
Snell and John Dykus riding shotgun, number 4671, out of Riverside, California, with Proving Grounds Racing. He's in a 95 Jeep ZJ with a 5.2 Magnum stroker. He just finished that engine last week. He's got Yukon gear and axle, Nitto, Dirty Life, Warren PRP, Fox, and ARB. John's been racing off-road for over 30 years. In 2018 was his first Ultra4 race, but he's got multiple podiums along the way. As we just saw, Albert Contreras still pushing strong. There's John Snell back on screen through the rigid rhythm section, and this qualifying, there's a lot of action going on, not much breaks.
Albert Contreras, he had a good run going, but when he was coming into this little bit of last rock section right here, I'm not sure if he almost missed the turn or what, but he had to check up and go to the left a little bit more.
So you just got done with your qualifying run. Give us a mental drive around the course. What's it feel out there, Toby?
Well, when they first water it, it's pretty slick, so I didn't want to go right in the beginning. So I held back a little bit, but
little strategy. I like it.
Everybody has a strategy.
Yeah, and then it was dusty after that, so I waited a little bit too long. So they moved it, but yeah, we were flying right here.
Right before the Bronco Boulder section that you guys were bypassing.
Yeah.
Are you glad they bypassed that for qualifying?
I'm very glad.
Saving a lot of cars right now, I can tell you that much.
But tomorrow we'll go live racing, and it's going to be
There are no
interesting.
bypasses tomorrow.
I can't wait. And taking off the line right now is Megan Miller, number 3105, out of Carmichael, California, with MDM Motorsports. And Dawson Allington's old baby Jeep. She's got a 4.0, AX15. Atlas, Curry, Milestar, Raceline Wheels, and Fox. And I think she just bought this car about 2 weeks ago. So
I have to joke, when you said 4.0, I was like, wow, she's a great student in school. I don't even know how old
Come on, Pam. That's a 4-liter.
No, my brain wasn't there.
Usually isn't, but that's
thanks,
part
Miles.
of it. I'm just giving you a hard time.
See? Right
and
here.
Look at that.
That
Gets a
rhythm
little
section,
hang time.
Did you? Now we have been seeing a lot of them stay to the right because it looks like it's getting worn down more on the right. Did you go to the right or the left on
I'll
that?
have to check that out, but I went on the center of left.
If it's getting worn down, though, they're going to fix it tonight.
Oh, yeah. The rigid rhythm section is a lot of fun, and we saw Travis Riley got a little tangled up as she hits the Yukon launch right there. But Travis Riley, during practice,
Second to last.
Yeah,
was
got
too
one
bad.
of those last whoops just wrong and got just crossed up and totally totaled his 4500 car. Right
Sometimes
there.
a yard sale like that.
Yeah,
It's bad.
and during practice is a heartbreaker because he's just a grassroots kind of guy, and hate to see him out there. He had the car all loaded up, heading home. He's a local guy, and he was. I said, "How are you?" He's like, "I'm fine. I'm a little hurt, but I'm just my feelings are hurt worse because he puts his heart and soul into this, and just tough break for him. But that's part of racing. I mean, even you in that Trip Fab car, it's a solid car, but it only takes one little whoopsie do, and the car's hurt. Hopefully, but you guys, build a solid. Trip Fab builds a great car. You guys wear all your safety equipment, and that's everybody's going to come out pretty good.
Yeah, and that car is 8 years old this year, so.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So right now, John Snell has the number 1 position, the 4671 of John Snell with a 212.975. Albert Contreras in the 4605 is in that number 2 position. Number 3 position is Jesse Bennett at the 4695. The 4th position, the 4602 of Brad Barnett. Callan Myers, the 4629 in that 5th position, and Charmaine Creer in that 6th position in the 4616.
And taking off the line as Pam was updating us on our times is the 4689 of Kendall Glines out of Midvale, Utah with Glines Motorsports. He's in a Jeep with a 4-liter, not a 4.0 student. Stock automatic transmission, Dana 300, Yukon, King, Optima, MRT, KMC, Terraflex, Factor 55, Nemesis Industries, and Lone Peak Collision. His first Ultra4 race was this year in Moab. He went to King of the Hammers 2021 as a pit crew, caught the bug, and loved it. So great to see him out here racing with us.
And Megan Miller just came through her time updated. She is in that number 5 position with a 2:43.641. So good job for Megan on a brand new car to her. Make Dawson proud.
Well, Toby, thanks for coming up and having a quick chat with us and giving us your kind of thought of the race. And I'll let you get back down there and kind of enjoy yourself. And best of luck tomorrow, buddy.
See you tonight.
All right. Thank you to Toby Stacy. So there's Kendall Glines bypassing the Bronco Boulders. That will be in the race tomorrow. This racetrack is a 1.28 miles, so basically 1.3 miles of a qualifying course. And then tomorrow we'll be doing multiple laps. I'm going to guess we're going to be in that 6 to 8 lap range for the prelims and up to 10, maybe 12 for the main event. And
I can't wait to see that.
That's my personal guess. JT Taylor's going to crunch some numbers tonight, our race director, and we'll get everything figured out. And it's going to be a long, fun day of racing as Glines gets a little crossed up in the Recaro Rocks. What a great day of qualifying it has been thus far, and we are not over yet. Looks like John Williams took off the line, the number 4623 out of Murray, Utah with Active Air Racing. Had a fun little chat with them, and that's a 2021 Jeep JL with a 2.0 stock auto transmission. And TK Dynatrack 60s, ARB, Active Air Technology, BFG, Hutchison Wheels, SDI E-Click shocks.
And on screen right there
is Mr. John Williams himself around the Kingpin 180. No, sorry, already past that one. He's down the
that is the gunite section.
Yep, sorry about that.
All these rocks.
Oh, man. And up next is Mrs. Amber Turner. So John
Amber
Williams
off the line right now.
on
Sorry
screen.
about that.
Yep, go ahead, Pam.
Yep, Amber just took off the line. We were over there just saying hi to her earlier, and she didn't have any tires on her Samurai.
Yeah, she was still working on it. But Amber Turner, number 468 out of Reno, Nevada with Two Stone Racing. She's in a 1988 Suzuki Samurai. And this thing's carbureted. She was late last night because she was having her carburetor rebuilt or something. And I asked her today, did you get it all lined out? She's like, kinda. So she's still going. She's running leaf springs. She's in a stock Samurai drivetrain. She did switch to Toyota axles recently. She's running those huge 31-inch BFG tires, worn Tribe 16, off the grid, Yukon, Fox, sidetrack off-road wheels. She's been a King of the Hammers volunteer since 2014. She's a great welder, has been part of the Jesse Combs Foundation before, and she works for former King Randy Slauson at Bomber Fabrication. So she's got off-road through her blood. And do I see her hood bouncing up? Did she forget to latch her hood?
That's what I was wondering, too. I'm not sure. I saw somebody else's hood doing the same thing earlier, but, I mean, these stock class, I mean, they're older cars. They have, a lot of wear and tear on them. So, but yeah, if you forget to latch that hood, of course, that is not a good thing because you might lose it during qualifying. Oh, look, and it just went up on her. So, yes, it is flapping up. It's not latched down.
That's not good.
It's either not latched down or the latches came loose.
Hopefully she can keep going.
Yeah, it keeps coming up and then going down. That's such a bummer because it messes with you, obviously, because you can't see where you're going. But now it's in her head that she has to stay below a certain speed or it's going to flip up on her.
And on the line is Mr. Boston Kyle Segling in that old school Toyota that used to be raced by a lot of people. That's Bailey Cole's old car. And it's an electric vehicle running a Nissan Leaf motor. So it's really cool to see Boston Kyle Segling out here racing in that old school Toyota with electric vehicle technology in it. He worked for Tesla for quite a while, and look, now it came completely up. She has to hit the brakes. Amber Turner's having some rough luck with that hood. If she gets a little too much speed, the wind catches it, and I'm not laughing at her. I'm laughing with her. That'd be a tough break.
That's so unfortunate that it keeps doing it.
And in her head, she's mad, but she's also laughing.
I mean, there's so much you're doing before you get in your race car, especially like you were saying, she was rebuilding her carburetor last night. Like, there's a lot to go into everything, and she's, thrashing to get her car ready to get out here to qualify, but yet now her hood is popping up. So it's just one little tiny thing that you can forget to do, or like the latches might have just broke. Who knows? But yeah, it's pretty cool to see Boston Kyle. He took off the line, Miles, and
you
we
couldn't
didn't
even
hear
him. That Nissan Leaf motor is pretty cool to see. Great to see him out here. I was talking to him earlier. He's like, man, I'd love to come out and race up there with you guys, but there isn't really a class. And JT says if you show up, you can race with the stock class. And obviously, we'll see how it shakes out on everything else. And I was talking to Kyle about the situation. He's like, man, I want to race, but I wouldn't want to mess up.
Amber Turner's having a little bit of a problem right there, getting stuck on a rock. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
All good.
Go ahead.
But I was talking to him. He's like, man, I'd love to race, but I just wouldn't want to mess somebody else's race up. So
Right.
That's just so cool to see Kyle. He's like, I want to get out there, but I don't want to be in somebody else's way. But I think he's going to be really competitive in this stock class. So he's just kind of racing for fun.
That year the first year he ran this in the EV, when he was the only EV at King of the Hammers, it was so cool because I was out at Remote Pit 1, and to sit there and watch them have to change out the batteries, they're not light. It took 3 to 4 people to change out the large section of the batteries for his car, but it's super cool to see him out here racing with us, and for JT to put him in this class, and it's seat time, have fun, and we're local to him right now, and why not?
And you can see it. Those are the battery packs in the back there. It's really cool to see. He's raced King of the Hammers twice. He's raced down in Mexico, and it's just really cool to see him pushing the envelope. And he really nerds out on the EV stuff, and it's kind of fun. He's such a good character. He's worked for King of the Hammers for a while, and then went to work for Tesla. I mean, if you want to sit down, I was just going to say, if you want to sit down and learn electric vehicle and motor stuff, he is a fun guy to chat with. I've had multiple chats with him. I actually at King of the Hammers this year. I took a ride in that car.
Oh, did you really?
And it's super cool because it's just different. You take off and he has a toggle switch on the dash instead of a clutch to use to shift, and it's just really incredible on the way he's evolved the sport. And there are actually quite a few electrical vehicle packages out there with Holly EFI, Dana Spicer, and Hypercraft. So I think there's 11 teams that got some electric motors and power packages. So we got teams in Ultra 4 right now building cars. So I suspect to see them later on this year racing. It's going to be a fun thing to see because, like it or not, that's the wave of the future.
That is for sure. And you're talking about the battery packs on the back of his car. Whenever I was out there watching them change it, it was really cool because they had them on like a slider. So when they were bringing them out,
they're heavy.
They're heavy. Like I said, it takes like 3 or 4 people to help lift one of the big ones. But it's just really cool to see the thought that he put into it. I mean, look at the vehicle. It's so beat up. It's been well used, and he's out here racing it.
And JT Race Director waving that checkered flag for Boston Kyle.
So let's do a rundown, Miles, of all of the finishers just now. We have John Williams in that number 1 position.
And then in 2, it goes to John Snell.
And then the number 3 position is Albert Contreras.
In 4th position goes to Kendall Glines.
Yes, and then the number 5 position is Jesse Bennett.
And 6th spot goes to Brad Barnett.
And then the 7th position is Miss Megan Miller.
And then in 8th position, Kaylin Myers.
And then 9th position, Charmaine Creer.
And Alex Fleming, I never saw him take the line.
No.
So he must have had some, you were talking about
The
driveline
driveline
issue. And I'm telling you, during practice, he was sending that Toyota and up the Yukon launch. And he hit so hard that the front end was stuffing. And I was watching him do it a couple laps, and I was just gritting my teeth like, that is hard on equipment. So whatever happened, hopefully he can get it fixed. He's got his buddy Barnett that'll be working with side by side. But Alex Fleming with Sherpa Motorsports, hopefully get out there. And then last but not least goes to Amber Turner.
Yes, and so Amber, I don't know if I saw her come through. I think she did.
Yeah, she did.
Okay.
She got a 207.
A 207.
Oh, maybe. No, she definitely came through, but we'll have to verify that here shortly. And again, if you want to see the live time that we're watching here in the Nitto studio, go to live.ultra4racing.com.
Switching our paperwork over onto the next race.
It'll be the 4500 Yukon Gear and Axle Modified class. Pam, what a great day of qualifying we've had, and we still have a couple more classes to go. I'm pretty stoked. So, and then we're going to end the day with the kids, the 170 class.
Fun. Off the line just now. Let's see who
I believe that was 245 of Joe Modena out of Chandler, Arizona, in a Jeep running an LS BFG Dirty Life race wheels and Fox shocks.
I believe you are correct.
And then up next will be Sean Rance Sr. So Joe Medina heading around the Kingpin 180, getting ready to hit the rigid rhythm section.
Oh, I love watching the Facebook feed. You guys are awesome. Thanks for chiming in.
Oh, Aaron and Grizz
Aaron.
up in Montana. They got a race this weekend.
Yeah.
So thanks for tuning in. Hey, we're going to miss you guys, but we'll catch up with you soon enough. As Joe Medina really sending it up the Yukon launch. Getting ready to drop down the gunite section. And is that John Ground's old car possibly?
Yes, it is.
I believe so.
And who is driving it?
Joe Medina, and I believe Triple J's riding shotgun in that car.
Yes. Off the line was Sean Rance just now.
Number 4531 out of Aztec, New Mexico with Mud Nut Racing. He's in that 1976 Ford Bronco, and he was racing Ford Bronco with Ultra 4 for a very long time. He's Ford through and through. He's running a 455 Ford small block, ATI Turbo 400, Trailworthy Fab T-Case, Rough Stuff Mega High 9s, RCV, King, Milestar, PRP, and Raceline.
And Sean Rance.
So if Sean Rance Sr. wins his race tomorrow, he'll get $1,000 for running Ford Performance Horsepower, and he'll get an additional $1,000 for running a Ford Bronco. So he could take home $2,000 in Ford Performance contingency.
And he just made the rigid rhythm section look very easy.
Yep. It is absolutely amazing what they can make these cars do. And this is the 4500 Yukon Gear and Axle Modified class. You can have 2.5 shocks per corner, limited to 14 inches of travel, mechanical steering, maximum of 37-inch DO2 tire, and a front-mounted engine.
Looks like next off the line.
Jesse Bennett,
yes.
I believe. Jesse Balter, sorry.
Balter.
Lots of Jessies. So off the line right now is Jesse Balter, number 4533 out of Santa Rosa, California, with Balter Built Racing. He's in a 1953 Willys pickup that he built in his garage.
Look at Sean Rance going over the boulder section right there, getting ready to come through the finish line to get his
getting
time.
ready to hit the Recaro rocks.
He's definitely going for that position, that number one position. I mean, all of them are, but you can tell right now he is hitting all of these rock sections as hard as he can.
Absolutely. So Balter's running an LS 6-liter Turbo 400, Ford MP 205 doubler case, Yukon, Brannick, Rough Stuff, Sway Away, BFG, Raceline, ADS, Factor 55, Warren, Rugged, and South Bay drive lines.
All right, so Joseph Moderna in the 245 is in that number one position with a 146.453. And Sean Rance in the 4531 is in that number two position.
And just got a little shout out from Matt Thorson. He doesn't race with us anymore, but he's been racing a long time with Ultra4, and he'll be here spectating tomorrow.
Awesome.
So it'd be good to bump into our buddy Matt Thorson. Thanks for tuning in. If you are just tuning in, this is the 2022 Nitto Tire Stampede here in Prairie City SVRA, just outside of Folsom, California.
And off the line is the number 13 of Mr. Justin Hall.
Out of Morgan Hill, California, with Rock Hard Racing. He's been racing Ultra4 and NorCal for a very long time. He's in a home-built single-seat chassis with a kind of a Suzuki Samurai front clip. He's got an LS 383 stroker, Turbo 350, MP 205, Gearworks, Falcon, Dirty Life race wheels, and Radflow. He started racing motocross when he was 5 years old. He was the NorCal Series champ 14, 16, and 19. He's raced over in Japan, over in Australia. I mean, he's raced all over the world.
He's got quite the what do you call that? The resume.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And he's got over 100 horsepower that he just added to his stable in this thing.
Wow.
So he's super excited. Had a fun chat with him yesterday in the pits.
So in that number one position is that Joseph Moderna in the 245. In the second position, 4533, Jesse Balter. Number three, or in the third position is the 4531 of Sean Rance.
So lots of action going on. And up next is a local fan favorite, Mr. Jimmy Jack in number 63. I met him at this race in 2017 for the very first time. And Jimmy Jack and his wife, Amy Jack, is in that shotgun seat out of Meadow Vista, California, with Jack racing in a Get Bent Fab chassis, LS engine, Turbo 400, Spider Tracks, King, BFG, and KMC. It's like I said, that's relationship building 101 at its finest. If you can race with somebody, it's just kind of like canoeing. If you can do that with your
team building at its best.
Yeah. If you can do a race in the car with your wife, you can do about anything.
Justin Hall just came through in the number two position, but he's only .144 behind Joseph Moderna.
Almost an identical run.
Yes.
That is super impressive. As Jimmy Jack getting ready to hit the Yukon launch, getting a little hang time.
And I just met Amy yesterday for the first time.
She's
I follow,
great, isn't it?
Obviously, I mean, you do your homework, you follow all these people, and you've met a lot of these people because you've been doing this for years. But I follow along, when NorCal Rock Racing has their race here, I follow along to, see our drivers for Ultra4, what they're doing. But I've always watched, all of them. That's how I see that husband
all over
life
social
and everything.
media.
Yes.
And speaking about that, if you are on Instagram and Facebook and you're watching or you're here on site, make sure to tag Ultra4. Make sure to tag NorCal, Mid America Outdoors, and do all the hashtags. Start a watch party. share it and get everything going. We want to blow this up.
And that was the 747 of Chad Jesse that just took off the line, and he is one to reckon with, as we saw in practice
today. I was just going to say that during practice, he was pushing probably harder than absolutely anybody out on course. So Chad Jesse, number 747, out of Vacaville, California, with JB Precision Racing. He's in a brand new Jimmy's 4x4 chassis, LS3 427, Turbo 400, Atlas, Spider Tracks, Maxxis, Raceline, and Fox. His first race with us was King of the Hammers 2020. He's got his buddy Adam Dixon riding shotgun.
And Jimmy, Jack, and Amy just came through in that number 63 in the number 5 position at a 148.659. And on screen, Chad Jesse, you just saw him go through the Yukon launch. That's where we were at earlier watching him. And like Miles was saying, he's probably driving harder than any other driver. I would have to 100% agree with you. He was out there filling the track, wanting to make sure that he knows exactly what he's going to be qualifying for today and racing tomorrow. But, of course, they're going to do track prep tonight. So they're not going to – I don't think they'll go moving rocks around, but they're going to go and fix the jumps and make sure everything's all pristine for race day tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. John Goodby and Bird and his whole entire NorCal crew will be out there dressing up the course, watering it all night long to make sure we got a perfect race course for tomorrow. Off the line next, I believe that is Steve Crawford, number 4532, out of Lake Nacimiento, California.
Oh, Nacimiento. That's a fun place.
Out of with SC Firestorm Racing. A lot of his buddies that help him are firefighters, so that's kind of where they get their name. It's a Jeep-based buggy, LS LQ9, Turbo 400, Atlas, Nitto, Method, and ADS. His first Ultra 4 race was the Stampede. Right here today is his first Ultra 4 race. He's helped the Caliegro brothers for a long time. They've kind of stepped away from Ultra 4, but great to see him out here. Used to help them, and now he's out here racing himself.
So Chad Jesse just came through with the fastest time in the class so far at a 1:45.965.
Shaved a half a second off of Joe Modino. So Steve Crawford out on course, getting ready to hit the Yukon launch. And speaking about Yukon, we have a Yukon athlete up next, another fan favorite, John Matthews. And Steve Crawford comes to a complete stop right at the base of the Yukon launch. Not sure what's going on, but he's definitely having issues. So that's definitely a tough break for him. So we'll have to get the MAO Ultra 4 safety crew over there and get him off the course so we can send out John Matthews here shortly. So tough break for Steve Crawford. I've always said these cars are the Swiss Army knife of off-road. We start the year off at King of the Hammers. We race up in Crandon at Mid-America Outdoors, Sturgis, California, Tennessee, Kentucky. We go over huge rocks, mountains, short course, jumps, tight trees, mud, dust, desert whoops. These cars can do it all and do it all well. So while we get Crawford off the course, we got to give a shout out to all of our amazing partners. We need to thank Can-Am, Ford, Bronco, Monster, Optima, 4-Wheel Parts, Progressive, Mid-America Outdoors, the Off-Road Syndicate, Holly, Lasernut, Griffin Race Radiators, VP, Nitto, King, Ultimax, and King of the Hammers. Also Amsoil, Method, Axial, 360 Wrap, Spider Tracks, Recaro, Baja Jerky, Raceline, PCI, Off the Grid, MBRP, Yukon, HCR, Warn, Factor 55, ARB, Rigid, Brannick, Tread Lightly, and Action Sports Canopy. So please support who supports the sport. Without all these amazing partners, we would not be racing here today. So it's been a wonderful day of racing. If you are just tuning in, we want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in to the 2022 Nitto Tires Stampede here at the Prairie City SVRA just outside of Folsom, California. So tough break for Steve Crawford. We got the NorCal crew out there and the MAO Ultra 4 crew getting them all righted. So tough break for Crawford. He'll take a rear start in the prelim tomorrow.
We have Mr. Mario in here. He's a part of the Gomez Brothers racing team.
Of Gomez Brothers.
Mountain Enterprises here local. He has worked for Ultra 4 in the past. He works out here with John Goodby with the NorCal Rock Racing.
He's the one that
I think he's a fan favorite.
Oh, yeah. He's the one that kind of helped us set up the Gomez tour. So
yeah,
thanks
exactly.
to Mario for helping us with that.
He's also the one that you'll see foot racing in the pits. Good times with Mario. He's going to go hang out with the brothers. They're getting ready to go. You can hear their cars in the background. You guys can't hear them like you're wanting to hear at home, but we can hear them in the background.
And taking off the line as we speak is Mr. John Matthews, number 4580, out of Auburn, Washington, Off-Track Motorsports. He's in an 04 Jeep-based buggy, LS3, with everything Comp Cans has to offer. Turbo 400, MP 241 T-Case, Yukon heavily sponsored this machine. Spider Tracks, rugged, Trail Ready, Milestar, Masterpole, Fox, PRP, Hales Ales Brewery. His first Ultra 4 race was 2017. He won King of the Hammers 2022 this year, so a great race for him. He owns and operates Auburn's Car and Repair. Multiple podiums. His co-driver is normally his son Connor. I believe I saw him out there. So great to see John Matthews running strong as he made quick work through the rigid rhythm and up and over the Yukon launch, getting ready to drop down the Gunite Rock section.
I like how he runs different light colors on there because sometimes
easy to see, isn't it?
Yeah, it's easy to see. It's easy to make out who it is.
Bright blue.
Next on the line will be the 7779. Yep, of Kenneth Goodall. Another great team. I mean, all of them are great, but.
So taking off the line, Ken Goodall, number 7779, out of Glendale, Arizona.
Very strong
with
motor.
Goodall Racing. It's a brand new motor. Remember, he popped it in Moab.
That's right.
He's got Stern's old chassis. It's a Ford Bronco Klein LS7, zero gravity 4L80E. Stack TK, Spider Tracks, Fox, BFG, Warren, PCI, Dirty Life Race Wheels, Willwood, Baja Designs. His first Ultra 4 race was Nationals 2011. He's raced every KOH since 2012. His son Logan's been racing with us for quite a while. It's just great to see the whole family out here racing with Ultra 4 in Mid-America Outdoors.
All right, the 4580 of John Matthews just came through the finish line with a 146.506. That puts him in the number 3 spot.
How crazy is that? Only about a half a second behind the leader. This is some great qualifying today.
On screen there, you can see Kenneth Goodall getting ready to go by the Bronco Boulders.
So I believe Goodall's the last 4,500 Yukon gear and axle modified class out there. So we'll be kicking out the 4,400 unlimited class here very shortly. And it looks like it's going to be Edwin Abb first, and then Marcos Gomez, then current king Raul Gomez is racing with us.
We have four of them. All four of them.
All four Gomez's are racing. But this is Raul's first race back with Ultra 4 since winning King of the Hammers.
His first time driving his car back since King of the Hammers in general.
It's awesome. So great to see our current king still playing with us.
Oh, that motor's just a popping. He was on that rev limiter 100% just now, but he came through in that number 2 position at a 146.231.
We call that on the chip, fam.
On the chip. I was calling rev. Everyone just got a preview of Miles.
Sorry about that. Getting all set back up. But, yeah, it's been a great day. It's getting a little warm in here. The weather is absolutely beautiful. And I had to, kind of shake out the dust out of my hairs a little bit. But we're
your
back.
2 hairs?
Both of them.
Both of them.
But we're all set. And like I said, thanks to everybody back at home for tuning in. Everybody on site. We got the Jumbotron down there by the Mid-America and Ultra 4 merchandise. Angel and Carly are down there slinging the merch. So go down there and check them. We have PCI. We have Nitto. We've got great vendors here on site. So if you are anywhere near, tomorrow is going to be picture perfect racing. It's only $25 to come out here tomorrow per person.
Yes.
Children 12 and under are free. So if you are anywhere in the Sacramento or Folsom area or Northern California at all, make the couple-hour drive. It doesn't matter. Come out here to the Prairie City and watch some Ultra 4 racing. This is some of the best short course racing you'll ever see. It is such fan-friendly. You can see, I'm going to say 85% of the course from the grandstands.
It's going to be awesome. And, a lot of people, they came in and they put up their easy ups
kind
on
of
the hill.
marking their territory.
Is that Spectator Hill or whatever they're calling it? But from that hill, it's awesome right there. You can see almost all the way around the Kingpin 180. But definitely, like Miles just said, like 85% of the course. We can see about probably like 85% of it from up here. We have the best seat in the house.
We got a great
Number
spot
one, we have shade. It's going to be hot tomorrow. Number two, we're up high and just can see it all. And we're watching the live show and getting to talk to all of you guys at home.
Yeah, so thank you again for tuning in, whether you're on site or back at home, watching the Jumbotron, whatever you're doing. Thank you for tuning in and watching Ultra4 Racing. Make sure to go to the MAO app, download that. They've got lots of cool features on it. Go to the MAO or Ultra4 Facebook and YouTubes. Check that out, or go to ultra4racing.com/live and just tune in tomorrow, 7:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's going to be early, so it's going to be fun. I can't wait to watch it.
I'm glad I'm on East Coast time still.
Yeah, no doubt. It's been, it's fun to adjust, but it's all good. I know Bailey, my wife, and Jade Nell are back home. I'm not sure if they're tuned in, but thanks for letting me come out here and do what I love. So everybody, it takes a family to do anything, and I've got one of the best at home, and then my off-road family here as well. So,
yeah,
and you're a part of it for sure, Pam.
My hubby was chiming in, and he's definitely at home watching as well. So it's awesome to see him. And my son, actually, we purchased a car. They might actually get to see my kid out here racing some Ultra4 races.
Awesome. We saw him race the MAO race just a week or two ago, and it was fun to watch Hank. He came to Kentucky with us, and he kind of teamed up with me and helped me set up some of the wind blades and all that. And it's family-friendly at its finest. That's what Mid-America Outdoors and Ultra4 is all about. So
it is, for sure.
Bring the kids, bring the family, come out and watch some racing. Or tune in and sit on the couch, and you got your cooler beverages next to you or whatever you want to do. But tomorrow it's going to be a great day. But don't forget, we're not done. 4,400 unlimited cars about to kick off.
You can hear them over there warming up. You can see the water trucks and stuff are over here somewhere in the background, right behind Miles right now. So they're watering the course. And this is where you were talking earlier. It's like, do you want to be at the beginning and get out there on a slippery, wet course, or do you want to wait a couple cars in? I mean, when you're lining up, you're not lining up by a certain order. It's first come, first serve of lining up. So do you want to be first out on the course and get a little bit of mud and slippery, or do you want to wait till the end and you're in the dust possibly?
And the oldest Gomez brother, Marcos Gomez, is on top of the line. It looks like it was Edwin Ab, but he stayed put halfway up, so we'll see how it shakes out.
The method to their madness.
There's always a little strategy, but out on course, getting ready to take off is going to be Marcos Gomez, then Darian Gomez, that is Raul's son, and then Raul, our current king, in that third position. And looks like we have Amber Turner's brother. Come on in, buddy. How's it going?
Here, let me move over here.
I figured I'd tell you guys about the hood latch.
Oh, awesome. He's gonna inform us of the hood latch. Because I saw Dolly was saying hood with question marks, and that's Amber's mom. So what happened?
So, yeah, we were watching you guys, and you were going over the rigid rhythm section. I saw the hood just pop a little bit, Mike. It's not latched, I can tell.
So the first jump, I told her to take it nice.
Oh, hold on. Hold on. We got to get a mic hot.
Oh, go ahead.
All right, go.
We're good? We're live? Check.
Hold on. Just a minute, and we'll
trying to get the mics
we'll get
hot.
that mic hot. We don't keep this
that.
one hot so you guys don't hear like repeat information and sounding like we're in a tunnel.
So yeah, the hood came up earlier, but what exactly happened? You know?
So we go over the first jump. Yeah, we're live. So we went over the first jump, and I saw the hood fly up, and I immediately knew like this thing's coming up.
So whose fault is it? That yours?
I'll get there. It's not my fault. Even though I am crew chief and co-driver, it's not my fault. So I knew it was going to come up, so I devised a plan. Like, I think I can get this and push it down. So I told her, I said, hey, when it comes up,
you're going to punch it.
I need you to slam on the brakes while I hit the hood. And sure enough, it came up, so I did exactly that. And then when the race was over, I kind of figured when she put the new engine in it that the hood latch got bent.
Gotcha.
Putting it in.
Okay. So it was down, but it's bent. So
yeah. You know what'll fix that tomorrow?
A hammer.
Zip ties.
I got it.
Duct tape.
I already bent it back. We're good.
There you go.
So hopefully tomorrow it won't.
It's not a race car though, unless you have zip ties all over it.
Oh, it has zip ties all over. Don't worry about that.
I'm surprised it had enough horsepower to actually get some speed to get open.
Oh, my gosh.
Aerodynamics of a brick, I'm not sure. But yes, I figured you guys wanted to know that.
Yeah, no, I appreciate
awesome.
it.
Well, thank you for coming up here and letting us know about that because there were some questions going on up here for sure. But we Marcos Gomez is getting ready to take that green flag here momentarily.
You know what? I think I'm going to go watch that.
All right. Well, hey, thanks
you.
for coming in and filling us in. I appreciate it, buddy.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, they're making sure course is clear. We'll be ready to go here momentarily. We'll see if Marcos going out number 1 on course is going to...
going to be a little slickery. We'll see how it shakes out.
Slickery. You have such fun language, and he's off the line as we speak.
So number 86, Mr. Marcos Gomez out of Lotus, California with Gomez Brothers Racing. He's in a UFO IFS IRS machine. Barillo horsepower, ATO Turbo 400, UFO SCST case, King shocks, Nitto tires, Sparco, Spider Tracks, RCV, Method race wheels, and the Gomez brothers, again, a huge shout out to them. They led Pam and I around on an amazing tour of their shop, and they have a
look at
top
him go through the whoops right
and
there.
I'm telling you, this is the fastest you'll see of all day. So if you've been just kind of not paying attention in the background,
you need to
sit
pay
down
attention
now and check it out, because Marcos hits the Yukon launch. And this is uphill, and look how much air he gets. And we'll see if this corner's a little wet. And we were talking.
A little wet, but still, look at the dust.
And Marcos is just all fun all the time. The biggest smile, biggest laughs in the name come from the Gomez brothers. And I was talking to him. He's like, this is the first time they've actually spent the time and put a short course kind of tuned to the shocks and stuff. So it'll be interesting to see how it comes out. But all 4 Gomez's are out there. Brendan Thompson will be racing. This is, we call it the Jomez. Joe Thompson with Gomez is out there.
There goes Darian Gomez, number 90, off the line, as Marcos is just drifting past the Bronco boulders.
So Darian Gomez, Mr. Flacco himself, number 90 out of Folsom, California with Gomez Brothers Racing out of Raul's old car. This is a UFO IFS single-seat car. Barillo horsepower, ATO Turbo 400, UFO SCST case, King shocks, Nitto tires, Sparco, Spider Tracks, RCV, Method. And it's good. These times are going to be fast.
139, 694.
But Toby Stacy still has the fastest time.
He had a 138.
It's going to get beat, but that just shows you how fast Toby Stacy.
Darian
and
out
talking
there.
About fast, Darian hitting the Yukon launch. This is going to be interesting.
And he just got a brand new wrap put on his car.
It blows
awesome.
the corner, so that's what shows you the course was a little wet, and he blew that last corner.
Well, and next off the line is going to be Raul Gomez,
Our
Darian's dad.
King. Yep.
So
this is going to be fun. Pam, this is what it's all about. This is Ultra4 Racing at its finest. Absolutely love it.
Yes, it is. This is where we can't sit down in our own seats up here in the booth. Yeah, so Raul will take off just now off the line here as Darian is getting ready to come through the last bit of the rock section, as you see on camera right now.
Current king Raul Gomez, number 83, out of Lotus, California with Gomez Brothers Racing in a brand new UFO single seat with Dugan engine, ATO Turbo 400, UFO SCST case, King shocks, Nitto tires, Sparco, Spider Tracks, RCV, and Method race wheels.
Oh, let's see. I'm excited.
It's going to be a little off, I'm going to assume, because he blew that corner.
45.
So even with blowing the corner, he beat his uncle by 4 seconds.
And he's at the fastest time of the day now.
I think that 130 mark is going to get hit because Darian blew that corner just a little bit, and see Raul smoking the Yukon launch. And he does the same a little bit. That corner's a little slickery, but Raul gets her back under control, heading down the rock section, takes that left line. And if I remember right, 3 or 4 years ago, JP came down that, and I think he hurt his back on that gunite section. So you got to be a little bit careful.
Raul on camera right now. We've had 3 Gomez's take the green flag for qualifying right now. Kevin Stearns is taking the green flag. And then we're going to have Marcos Gomez, the last of the 4 out there that will be doing their qualifying course today.
So Kevin Stearns, number 11, out of Hollister, California with Tilden Racing. He's in a Triton Engineer 2-seat IFS called Gina. He's got a Mass Motorsports LS with 800 horsepower. He's got a Maximum 4L80E, SCST case, tube works, proper tuning, Spider Tracks, Dirty Life race wheels, Nitto, Fox, Optima, Rigid PRP, Haltech, and PWR and BDS.
Oh, we got Darian in that number 1 position. Raul in that second position with a 137.859. Marcos Gomez is at a 139. I'm sorry, that is not Marcos taking off. This is going to be JP He is the last of the 4 going to be taking the green flag for qualifying of the Gomez brothers racing team.
So far, it's kind of rigged because they took off first, but
Right.
all Gomez is 1, 2, and 3 right
Right.
now. UFO single seats, all out front. We'll see. Those are very respectful times. Can somebody bump out Darian Gomez? It's going to be tough, but I think so because he blew that last corner
He did.
just past the Yukon launch.
I mean, and we were watching earlier out on the practice laps. You had Cody Addington, who was just on his rails. I mean, we still have the Campbells. The Campbells haven't taken the green flag yet.
This is a super stacked field as we see J.P. Gomez, number 82 out of Cameron Park, California, with Gomez Brothers Racing. He's in a UFO IFS single seat, Joe Thompson built machine, Borello horsepower, ATO Turbo 400. UFO SCST case, King, Nitto, Sparco, Spider Tracks, RCV Method. And like I said, the Gomez, thanks again for giving us that amazing shop tour. That place is top notch. They've got a great program going.
Great program, lots of stuff there, in the works, and it was an awesome place to go see for sure. So Kevin Stearns just came through with a 141.885, and on screen
that'll
is
be
JP.
pretty good.
Oh, JP came in a little sideways just now.
Just smoking through the Yukon launch.
Well,
looks like
when he went off the
gets
GVR
completely
tree.
sideways, but keeps trying to. He is drifting that.
Is he taking
Vaughn
drift
Gittin
classes?
Jr. Yeah, I'm telling you, he's going to be proud of him.
Yeah, he is.
So JP growing smoking fast. We'll see if he can bump off his nephew or beat a couple of his brothers. It's going to be close.
It's going to be a long 21 cars taking the green flag qualifying.
Off the line now is
Speaking
888 of Cody Addington.
Well, you got to jokingly say #Gomez.
Yeah, he runs closely along with them out of Forest Hill, California, with ADD Racing. He's in Lauren Healy's old car, the Red Dragon. That's a single-seat Jimmy's chassis. Turnkey LS7, Gearworks Turbo 400, Atlas, Spider Tracks, King, Nitto, and Vision. He debuted this car 4 years ago at this race. And he got on the podium.
Don't look.
Did he get it?
JP at a 131.944 is in that number 1 position.
I told you that 130 mark could get kissed, and it's looking like it might, but that 131 is going to be hard to beat.
3.785 seconds in first place right now from Darian Gomez. Wow.
What an amazing run. So we thought Toby Stacy with that 138 had a great run. We saw Travis Zollinger with a 140 earlier, and now we're getting to the 131 with J.P. Gomez.
Yes. And on the line right now that we'll be taking off in just a moment is the 4401 of Kirk Jensen.
He was a late entry. He showed up late last night.
Yeah.
Great to see him. We saw him in Moab as well.
We did. We saw him a lot at the finish line.
Yeah.
He was right in front of Mr. Paul Wolf.
So we'll get a time for Cody Addington shortly, but taking off is Kirk Jensen, 4401.
Look at him launching those rocks.
Out of Salt Lake City, Utah, with ORI struts. He's in a Jimmy's 4x4 two-seat IFS car. CBM LS7, Turbo 400, Atlas, and ORI struts, Maxxis, and Raceline. First Ultra4 race was Nationals 2021. His brother Russell is his co-driver. This is Andrew McLaughlin's old car, and his dad Mark started ORI struts, and now it's a family business. They started in a garage, and it moved up. Now they got a warehouse. So a shout out to the Jensen family for doing a great thing with ORI struts.
Cody Addington is right in the middle of all the Gomez's in that number 3 position with a 135.828. So right now we have J.P. Gomez in that number 1 position, Darian Gomez in number 2, Cody Addington in 3rd, Raul Gomez 4th, and Marcos Gomez in that 5th position. And then in that 6th position is Kevin Stearns.
What an amazing day of racing it has been, and we are not over yet. We still get to run the 170 kids class after this, but Kirk Jensen running strong, and we've got a great qualifier going.
Yes, we
again.
do. And then up next is actually going to be the 5150 at Brendan Thompson.
That's another brand new Joe Thompson chassis.
Does he have a new motor too? Because that was a strong one.
Brendan Thompson, number 5150 out of Nevada City, California, with Outcast Racing, and a brand new UFO IFS single seat with that brand new LS 450 engine, ATO 4L80E, SCS TubeWorks Maxxis, SMT American Forged Wheels, King, Joe Thompson, this is Joe Thompson's brother. Great to see him racing. He's been racing off and on for a long time. He's a fabricator for Paul Jr. Designs from Discovery Channel for American Choppers. So it's great to see him dabbling in the bikes, dabbling in Ultra 4 and NorCal Racing, and sending it up the Yukon launch, Brendan Thompson. And we saw his son, Austin Thompson,
yes.
Racing earlier. So it's great to see the whole family out here racing.
He's taking a little easy just now up there
well,
in that corner.
he was seeing that corner's a little slick. Not much dust, but there's a little mud up there, so he's taking it a little easy. But Brendan Thompson with a great run under his belt.
Here's what I like to see. I'm looking back into the crowd right now, and all the Gomez's that have already gone are over here watching, waiting to see everybody else doing their runs to see where they hold.
Patiently awaiting.
Patiently, that's a good way of putting it. So Kirk Jensen, he went through with a 1:48.458. And off the line right there, that was Edwin Abb, the 44.75.
Out of Santa Maria, California, with Abbott Motorsports. He's in a Fishmouth Fab 2-seat solid axle machine. That's Tom Boo's old car. Mike Boo's old car. LS3, Turbo 400, Atlas, Spider Tracks, King, Arturo tires, Trail Ready wheels, Autolite spark plugs, Yukon, Rugged, Warn, and RCV. What a great qualifying day we've had so far, and it's so much fun to watch.
It has been awesome to watch, and sitting over here looking behind us at everybody watching the qualifying, it's a great crowd already. I cannot wait until what happens tomorrow with the crowd coming out.
Rob Broadway's tuned in. Thanks for checking us out, Ultra 4 Racing. What a great day of racing, qualifying it's been. This is a 1.28-mile lap. Today they're qualifying to get everything set up for tomorrow's heat races, kicking off at 7:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We will be racing all day long, so make sure you tune in on the MAO app. Go to ultra4racing.com/live or go to the Ultra 4 and MAO Facebook and YouTube. Off the line,
that's the number 74
of Jaron Gunter out of Zephyr Cove, Nevada, with Jax Daniel Racing. He's in a 2020 Joe Thompson UFO 2-seat IFS car. Danzio LT1 440 with over 800 horsepower. He's got an ATO Turbo 400, SCS TK, Spider Tracks, world-class property management, BFG, Dirty Life race wheels, and Radflow. But he spins out on the Kingpin 180.
That's unfortunate right there.
He had
you're
a
taking
good
a
run
little
going,
too
Pam.
hot. Yes, for sure.
He's hitting the rigid rhythm section as we speak. And just look at the suspension work. These cars are absolutely amazing.
So Edwin Abb came through with a 1:50.552, putting him in the 8th position. Look at that launch on screen. He's trying to make up a little bit of time, you can tell for sure, Jaron Gunter is. But next off the line is going to be Mr. Lauren Healy in the number 67.
A former two-time king. It'll be a lot of fun. He's been racing with us a lot. This guy's been super busy as we're watching Jaron Gunter out on screen, getting ready to bypass the Bronco boulders. Then hit the... he accidentally hit it, so he's remembering he's supposed to bypass that.
He just wanted to maybe test him out again. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, a little bit of tough luck for Jaron. We'll see what happens. But off the line now is Mr. Lauren Healy, number 67, out of Farmington, New Mexico, with Fun Haver Off-Road Team. He's in his Paul Horschel single-seat car, IFS, Ford Performance 460 D3, 780 horsepower, Gearworks Turbo 400, Spider Tracks, RCV, Fox, Nitto, Monster Energy, Optima, MBRP, VP, Warn, Factor 55, Rugged, Shell Rotella, Project X Lights, Holly EFI, Recaro Seats, Gear Wrench, RTR Vehicle, Centerline Wheels. He is a two-time king back in 2010 and 2014, one of the winningest drivers in Ultra 4 history. He has also won down in the Baja 1000. He does a little bit of everything. Great to see Lauren Healy.
He's a well-seasoned driver for sure.
And look at him drifting around.
Well, I think he has had a lot of that experience in his background for sure. But we saw him a couple weeks ago at Kentucky for the East Coast race at Rush. And he wasn't in a race car, but, he was being crew chief to Vaughn Gittin Jr.
He was helping his teammate, Vaughn Gittin Jr.
Oh, he took that a little too wide.
That is Brett Harrell taking off next. Number 4456 out of Almsville, Oregon. We saw his son Brent racing just a little bit ago. He's with team changeover. He's in a Paul Horschel two-seat IFS machine, Danzio LS7 with 750 horsepower. Tubeworks Turbo 400, Wiseman T-Case, Fox, Max tie-downs, Nitto, obstacle, and trail ready. And Lauren Healy was over the pipe.
He just took the pole at a 1:31.810.
1/10 of a second faster than JP Gomez. So Lauren Healy's got a little bit of bragging rights tonight.
But as you were reading off the sponsors and stuff, he had a couple little mishaps on there. He got a little sideways in the rocks, but if he wouldn't have done that, he would have had an even faster time.
Yeah, Lauren Healy setting that pole position. Can he get those 7 extra points? Time will tell. On screen is Brett Harrell coming down the gunite section.
We have Paul Horschel coming up. We have the Campbells coming up. Pellegrino. We got, Paul Wolf is coming up. Crofts. We got a lot of talent still left out there to come on race course to do their qualifying run, so only time will tell who's going to take that number 1 spot.
And off the line now is Mr. 19, Paul Horschel himself out of Park City, Utah, with Horschel Motorsports in a Horschel-built single-seat IFS Ford Bronco with a Danzio P600 big block with 967 horsepower and 822 foot-pounds of torque. Gearworks Turbo 400, Atlas, Tubeworks, Nitto, PRP, Fox, Trail Ready Wheels, Obstacle, and TMR Customs. Paul grew up in rural Alaska with snowmobiles. He did dirt bikes, started racing Ultra4 in 2014, built his first car in 2016, and is one of the best builders we have in Ultra4. We've got the Campbells, we got Jimmy's, we got UFO. We've got a lot of great builders out here, but Paul Horschel is a builder and a driver, and it's exciting to see what he can do.
And, what better way to test your car is to be in the builder of it, right?
Oh, absolutely. As he comes down the gunite section, Paul Horschel is on a mission. Is he going to be able to bump out Lauren Healy? I'm not sure.
We shall see. We got right now Lauren Healy is in that number 1 position. JP Gomez is in number 2. Darian Gomez in 3rd. Cody Addington 4th. Brett Harrell is in that 5th position. So Raul Gomez 6th, Marcos Gomez 7th.
What a great day of qualifying it's been thus far. And off the line just now, Pam, was Mr. Waylon Campbell, the first Campbell to take off. Number 3 out of Gilbert, Arizona with Campbell Racing in a 2020 Campbell Enterprise single-seat IFS chassis. CBM LSX 454, Hughes Turbo 400, Trailworthy Hero T-Case, Curry Axles, Method Race Wheels, Monster Energy, Nitto Fox, and Impact Seats. So Paul Horschel, where did he get?
He is in that number 3 position. He knocked Darian Gomez out of the top 3 at a 1:35.109.
So on screen is Mr. Waylon Campbell. Just hit the Yukon launch, getting ready to drop down the gunite section. It has been a great day of qualifying, and it is not over yet. Do not go anywhere. And if you are tuning in just now, we want to thoroughly appreciate each and every one of you for the 2022 Nitto Tire Stampede here at Prairie City SVRA, just outside of Folsom, California. So the young gun, Waylon Campbell, that's Shannon Campbell's son, out there.
Off the line right now is the number 98 of Jordan Pellegrino.
Out of Simi Valley, California, with Jen Wright off-road and the Lamborghini, he calls it.
Lamborghini.
Triton Engineering 2-seat IFS IRS machine with portals. It's got an LSX Turbo 400, Atlas, RCV, Warren, Mickey, Thompson, Trail Ready Wheels, Tubeworks, 74 Weld, FK Rod Ends. This is Tony Pellegrino's son, so it's great to see him out there. And during practice, I was watching him. He's a little bit soft, so he probably still has a King of the Hammers tune in it because you can see the body roll on it. So on the short course, you'd want a little more firm planted, but maybe that's part of his style.
Yes, and so Waylon Campbell, he just came through with a 1:35.965. That puts him in the number 6 position, but on screen is the number 98 of Jordan Pellegrino. And, these guys, for watching the gunite section, we keep seeing them coming down. They're kind of going between 2 lanes. You can go right, and it's smoother. Left, it's got a little bit of a drop. But these guys are going down it so fast, they're just taking it hot and heavy. So that is the 1:35 of Ian Coonchest.
Obviously, I mess up some names, and I thoroughly apologize for a lot of that. But I saw him in the pits, and I'm like, man, I'm struggling. I've seen it before, but how is it? And he's like, Coonchest. So I had a fun chat with him. He's got a number 135 out of Parker, Colorado, with Carbon Motorsports. He's got a 2020 Jimmy's 2-seat IFS with a Jeff Ginter Racing Big Block Chevrolet engine, Maximum Turbo 400, Hero TK, Spider Tracks, Gearworks, RCV, Vision, BFG, Accu Q-Tune, Fox, PRP, Rugged, FDM Karting, and Casey Highlights, and Warren. And we saw him having an issue in practice this morning.
Yes.
He had something going on with the right front and broke something, had a wheel jammed in there, but the MAO, Ultra4, and NorCal safety crew got him off. They got him back to pits. Obviously, he's running, so great to see Ian Kuhnchess back out on course, running strong.
Yeah, that was definitely unfortunate earlier, but next off the line is going to be the 424 of Tyson Shell here momentarily.
And that will give you, that's Bailey Cole's old Trent Fab car, so great to see it being repurposed. Number 424, Tyson Shell out of Placerville, California, with Copart Racing and a Trent Fab 2-seat IFS machine, LSX 454, Reed 4L80E transmission, Atlas, Spider Tracks, Nitto, Fox, Raceline, Sparco, and Warren. And I believe Cody Knoll is double duty and riding shotgun with him as well.
All right, let's see. He just came through. Ian came through with I'll get you that time in just a moment. Something's going on with Ian's car here. They're making sure all is good.
Lots of action has been going all day long with Tyson Shell on course. So we'll get a time for him here in just a little bit as he's going to bypass the Bronco boulders.
Looks like Mr. Paul Wolf, they pulled him off to the side here just for a moment because we have a car getting ready to come in and they're wanting to make sure all course is clear.
So Tyson Shell will get a time for him here shortly. Heading through this little rock section that the NorCal crew built just yesterday.
It wasn't there when I was here yesterday morning.
And now going through the Recaro rock section. That's cool to see Copart getting involved. I know you guys have heard that. We've bought a lot of vehicles, a lot of wreck stuff from that place. It's fun to check out Copart.
All right, so next off the line is going to be the 218 of Mr. Paul Wolf.
A fan favorite. He debuted that car here just a couple months ago at the NorCal.
And he got
then
second.
won. Yeah, he got on the podium here at the NorCal race and then won his next race at Moab and then was doing really good in Kentucky until he wasn't, clipped a tree.
Right.
But he was battling for the lead there.
He was battling with Josh Blyler back and forth for 1 and 2.
It's going to be interesting to see. I think.
But he did win the UTV race that day.
Paul Wolf has been racing UTVs for a long time, and obviously it's an IFS machine, so it's very similar to a UTV. It's just bigger, more horsepower, and I was actually chatting with Paul about that. I was like, how different is it? He's like, it's very similar, but it is bigger. It is heavier. So it does come into the corner a little sluggish, but he's like, but you have all the extra suspension, all the extra horsepower that it kind of hide some of the mistakes you make. So it's kind of cool, and he's just a good old boy. He's been a scrapper his whole life. He owns a scrapyard. So I listened to the Pit Guys podcast to him and learned a lot. And Paul Wolf's a great guy, so it's going to be exciting to see him. Number 218 out of Brighton, Illinois with Wolf Racing. Saw his daughter out there earlier in the pits running around. This is a 2018 UFO single-seat IFS, Mid-America Outdoor ambassador himself, LSX 434, ATO 4L80E, SCS T-Case, Raceline wheels, Spider Tracks, Radflow, BFG, PRP, and RCV. And Paul Wolf's going to be a man to watch. I became a fanboy here recently. I've heard the name for quite a while, but in the UTV world, and now look at him. He's getting ready to hit the Yukon launch, and launch it is what he does.
And you know that car owner Chris Hickman is at home right now. He is on pins and needles. He wasn't able to make it here due to prior engagements that he had arranged. So he's been chatting with me this morning and with you as well. So he told me he was having trouble watching it from home, but they definitely are going to be the majority of all the races. And Jason Sears, who is racing in the UTV, which was a mechanic on this car, is still helping out with this car, as you were talking about earlier. And now off the line was the number 5 of Shannon Campbell.
Three-time King Off-Road Hall of Famer Shannon Campbell, number 5 out of Gilbert, Arizona with Campbell Racing in the Dragon Slayer. It's a single-seat Campbell IFS chassis, CBM LSX 454, Hughes Turbo 400, Hero T-Case, Curry Axles, ARB, Monster Energy, Method Race Wheels, Nitto Fox, and Impact Seats. He's been the Dirt Sports Driver of the Year, like I said, one of 2 three-time Kings as he makes it through the rigid rhythm section, as he made it around the Kingpin 180 as well. And Shannon Campbell's always a fun one to watch. He's probably one of the biggest names in our sport as he hits the Yukon launch.
All right, and on the line here momentarily, that's going to be taking off is Miss Bailey Campbell in the
Shannon's
number 35.
Daughter. Great to see the whole family out here racing. Coming down the gunite section as we speak. So Shannon Campbell, always a fun one to watch. He pushes hard, but he's getting a little bit older, and he's still running strong. I love the whole Campbell family. So 3, 2, 1. Bailey Campbell, number 35, off the line out of Gilbert, Arizona with Campbell Racing. She's in a Campbell Enterprise 2-seat IFS machine. She debuted here 4 years ago. CBM LSX 454, Hughes Turbo 400, Hero T-Case, Curry Axles, Monster, Nitto, Fox, Method Race Wheels. I saw her baby girl Emery here.
Nice.
She's got her fiance Brian. Mama Tammy's here. I mean, the whole family's here on site. The Campbell crew comes rolling strong, and they're always fun to watch. And look at that car just dance through the rigid rhythm section.
So Shannon Campbell just came through with a 139.405, puts him in that number 10 position.
So Bailey Campbell hitting the Yukon launch with Ryan Miller riding shotgun. He is an amazing co-driver. He drove for her this season while she was pregnant, so he knows this car inside and out. It's great to see Ryan Miller still staying so active in Ultra 4.
Smart people, man. You could throw crazy numbers at that guy, and he can add them up in like 2 seconds in his head.
Absolutely, he's great.
Amazing how, I'm good with numbers, but I'm not that good.
Again, we need to thank the Robinette family for helping out, all the volunteers, Ultra 4, MAO, Media, Safety, and USOC, and John Goodby Bird, and the entire NorCal crew.
And off the line just now was the number 9 of Brian Crofts.
Bailey Campbell's fiance. They're getting married here very soon, so we got another couple out on course at the same time. Number 9 out of Queen Creek, Arizona.
Oh, my goodness. Mr. Paul Wolf has taken the pole right now with a 131.614.
0.2 of a second faster than Lauren Healy.
Oh, my goodness.
And it was Paul,
oh, my goodness.
It was Paul Wolf and Lauren at Moab down to the wire, so it's great to see. But, again, Brian Crofts out of Queen Creek, Arizona with CBM Motorsports. A single-seat 4th-gen chassis, Campbell chassis. CBM LS 490, Hughes Turbo 400, Hero T-Case, Nitto, Fox, FK, Willwood, RCV, Curry, Baja Designs, Rugged, Warren, Clockworks, Axial, Off the Grid, Monster, Factor 55, 212, and Proper Tuning.
Wow, that is crazy. So Waylon Campbell, let's go with the Campbells right now. We have Waylon in that number 7 position. Bailey is in that number 11 position, but she beat her dad in qualifying. So Shannon's in that 12th position by almost a second. So Brian Crofts, he's always one to reckon with for sure as well. And he almost skipped over all the rocks just by hitting the first section of them.
He is launching, and now he's hitting the Recaro rock section. Brian Crofts has qualified well multiple times, and he is chasing down Paul Wolf's time of a 131.614.
I won't be surprised if he doesn't get it.
It's going to be close.
Oh, he took it over
Pam,
at a
you
130 at
Look
a
at you
699.
go. You're getting good at this. This is awesome.
Oh my! And now he by almost a second. Wow, this has been some crazy qualifying.
So I always make notes on my sheet, and I keep marking them off and making the new one. So 136.99 for Brian Crofts.
And that rounds off our qualifying for the 4,400 class. We have no more out on course.
That was the last one.
So
wow, that went by so fast. And we called it earlier. I said that 140 mark, and we might be able to kiss 130. And Brian Crofts just did it. So a 136.99. Brian Crofts does give those 7 extra points for qualifying in the top of his class. So great job to Brian Crofts taking that pole position. So he'll be taking off in his prelim up front, side by side with, I believe it'll be Lauren Healy, because I think we'll have 2 prelims. So.
I was getting, Chris Hickman just texted me. I was saying, unofficially in that pole position, and then he goes, I'm watching from the floor. I can't take my seat and watch this.
Oh, what a great day of qualifying.
Neither can
it's
we,
been.
Chris.
But don't
We're
forget,
standing up.
we're not done. We still got the 170s. I see,
They're lined
I believe,
up over there.
3 of them over there, so it'll be fun to see the young guns of the sport, and that is the future of our sport. I love how Mid-America and Ultra4 is really involving the 170 classes. We race them as much as we can.
Yep.
They'll race at Mid-America Outdoors for sure. We had them race in Kentucky. I believe they'll race in Tennessee. They're racing here, and they'll be at Sturgis as well. So it's great to see the future of our sport out here racing.
Exactly.
Your son started racing, and now he just turned 14. He's
I
not a
know.
little kid anymore. But it's great to see, like I said, the future of our sport, because that's where it came. Look at the Campbells.
We can let the cat out of the bag if we want to.
It's your call. I'm not going to do it.
Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. I got to check with the hubby first.
But yeah, they just got a new car from a pretty good name out here, so it'll be fun to see. But like I said, it's just great to see the kids out here racing, and most of the kids racing, their dad's racing or they're involved in some way. So they're here racing, so why not bring their toy out and have some fun? And like I said, family friendly at its finest right here.
Let's do a rundown before they switch our qualifying order off. So in that number 1 position was Mr. Brian Crofts.
And 2 position is Paul Wolf.
In number 3 position, Lauren Healy.
Then it goes to J.P. Gomez in 4th spot.
And then 5th is Paul Horschel.
And then in 6th position, Flacco Darian Gomez.
In 7th position is the 888 of Cody Addington.
And the fastest Campbell of the day, Wayland, in that 8th position.
And then in 9th position, the number 98 of Jordan Pellegrino.
And that Paul Horschel machine in 10th spot is Brett Harrell.
And then 11th position is the number 83 of Raul Gomez.
Our current king. And 12th position, Mrs. Bailey Campbell.
Number 13, the number 5 of Shannon Campbell.
And 14th position, Marcos Gomez.
15th, the number 11 of Kevin Stearns.
In 16th position goes to Kirk Jensen.
17th, the 4475 of Edwin Abb.
And then it goes to Jaron Gunter in that 18th spot.
So
we had a few people that weren't able to finish, but we'll see how it all shakes out. Remember, this is just qualifying for tomorrow's prelims and heats, and then we have some LCQs. I think we have a B main. We have a lot of racing action tomorrow, and it kicks off at 7:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, so do not miss it. But don't go anywhere. We have the 170s yet to come.
Yeah, please stay tuned for that. They are the future of the sport. Grandmas, everybody at home, just share it. The kids love it whenever they get to go home and they rewatch this. So we went live with them in Rush, Kentucky, and there are some of the racers. The parents came over and told us, Tillman was one of them. He's watched it like 15 times. It's just good because they also can watch the live show and they can watch.
They can show their teacher at school.
Exactly.
They can show their grandparents.
Here's why I missed school. I was racing.
Well, yeah. Hopefully, they don't get in too much trouble over that. But that's just all part of it.
Hey, it's a part of life. They're going to learn more at the racetrack possibly than school sometimes if they're at the end of the year, anyways.
Yeah, there's lots of action going on. It's been a great day of qualifying. So thank you, everybody here on site, everybody back home tuning in. Ultra4Racing.com/live. Go to the MAO app, download it. There's a lot of cool stuff. You can watch the side-by-side championship series back at Mid-America. You can watch Ultra4 Racing. Go to Ultra4Racing.com/live. Don't forget, live scoring. Go to live.ultra4racing.com for the scoring that we're watching here. You'll go to MAO, Ultra4 Facebook, and YouTube's. There's lots of ways to watch this and just, help grow the sport.
Right.
That's what we're here. This place is awesome.
There's been a little bit of an update on our timing. I did see Brendan Thompson up here because I know he finished qualifying. They actually, what we do, like we were saying earlier, they're hand scoring. Brendan Thompson actually is at number 12 position, so that bumped everybody down one position. So, yeah, congratulations,
great
all of
to
them.
see. Brendan Thompson had a great run.
It's been a great day.
So thank you, everybody, for tuning in to the 2022 Nitto Tire Stampede here at Prairie City SVRA, just outside of Folsom, California. We've been qualifying since 2:30. It's been 3 hours? Yeah. Been qualifying for 3 hours as we speak, and now we're about to kick off the 170. It is I'm going to say it's about a half mile track or so. So while we get everything lined out for the 170 class, we got to make sure the course is clear. We got to shorten the course a little bit.
Change up, exactly.
So we're going to give a little bit of love to our amazing partners. We'll be right back after this.
It's time for electric to turn into lightning. An electric truck that can haul on both ends, that can help build your house, and if need be, power that house. That feels like a bullet train and works like a freight train. the fully electric F-150 Lightning.
Of off-road racing dominance. Proprietary patented race technology. Proudly made in the USA. Unparalleled customer service and support. The choice of champions. King Shocks. The leader in off-road shock technology.
I am Monster Me.
WP is more than a store. We're truck and Jeep experts and have been for over 50 years. From wheel and tire upgrades to full custom builds, 4WP has you covered. Whether you want to order the best parts online or shop in store, do the work yourself or get it done by a pro, all roads lead to 4WP. Do your rig right. Shop online or find your store at 4WP.com.
Unless you
Rocks, sand, heat. Life off-road is tough. We wouldn't have it any other way. If AMSOIL products are designed for this kind of punishment, think about what they can do for your daily driver. Upgrade to AMSOIL protection today and get fast free shipping from AMSOIL.com.
And welcome back, world, to the 2022 Nitto Tire Stampede here at the Prairie City SVRA, just outside of Folsom, California. I'm Miles Hasquist alongside Pam Hall. We've been qualifying for over 3 hours, and it's been a great day of qualifying. I've had fun. I hope you've had fun. Pam, I know you have.
Oh, I've had
And
blast.
we are about to kick off the 170s. I believe I see 5 of them out there.
Nice.
This is going to be fun. I love it. We got, I believe we have a limited and a mod class, so we'll see how it all shakes out, but it's going to be fun to see the 170s out there. Again, we've been qualifying on a 1.28 mile lap, and I'm going to say we're going to be about half of that. It looks like we got our first car off the line. I missed him take off. Shoot.
Well, we have Peter Abt in the number 75. I believe he was first off the line. We have Jackson Gunter in the number 21, Jim Hinnell in the number 114, and Dylan Trent in the number 22.
So that's the 117X I saw, but I do not have them on my sheet. I do apologize.
Okay. We're getting an updated list here in just a moment. 117Y is who that is.
So we don't have it on our live scoring. I do apologize, but they're out there running strong.
So we have a 170 limited class out there, and then we have only one 170 modified. All right, we're getting our list right here. That number 117Y is Alex Ranu. Ranu?
Alex is out there running strong. So it's fun to see the young guns of our sport out there running strong, about to finish the qualifying. So we'll get a live time for Alex here very shortly.
So they're running them, what, one at a time, Miles? Or are they doing like they did with us earlier? With
no, there's two of them out there, so they're running strong. So we have one getting ready to hit the Gomez tree jump, and then they'll cut off just before the Yukon launch.
And I believe that's Dylan Trent that just hit the Gomez tree.
The number 22, Dylan Trent, out of Sparks, Nevada, with Trent Fabrication Racing. In the 4900 170 modified class, running a Polaris, Nexon, Raceline Fox, and this is a loaner car from California Customs. This is Derek and Lisa Trent's son. Great to see him out there running strong.
I can't remember who
told us.
No,
this is his old car.
Yeah, his
I
old
apologize.
Car.
I'm a little off, but they're having fun out there. This could be the loaner car. Not sure what's going on, but they're having fun. These kids are having a blast. Got lots of chatter through the PCI race radios, and these kids are out there having a ball. We'll have Jackson Gunter, Dylan Trent, Peter Abt, Larry Hinnell, and Alex Ranu out there on course. Running strong, having a blast, and JT Taylor, our race director, is having fun with these little kids.
Oh, the number
guys and
66 of Anderson Porter is in that modified, I believe.
So that was the 66 Anderson Porter, so sorry about that. We're getting everything lined out. So the 114 of Larry Hinnell is out on course with Pollock Pines, California, out of Pollock Pines, California, running his Polaris 170. So Larry Hinnell out on course, running about a half a mile lap out there. So lots of fun racing for the 2022 Nitto Tires Stampede. We are qualifying for the 170 class right now, and these young guys and gals are having an absolute ball out there. I was chatting with a few of them, and it's just so much fun seeing how big these kids smile.
All right, so that's actually in the 114Y is Grace Hinnell. Getting a little bit of updated information here. We'll get some times here for you momentarily. And on screen right now is the 224.
Out there running strong, getting ready to hit the Gomez tree jump. And then, like I
look
said,
at
they
that.
cut off just before the Yukon launch.
That was a nice
and then
little
they
jump.
Bypass all the rock sections. And big thumbs up from the safety crew. And those kids got to be all smiles out here racing with Ultra4. It's so cool to see.
Yes, it is. And Grace Hinnell came through. She is in the UTV 170 limited class. She is in the number 114Y that we saw with a 149.395.
Remember, they're running about half the track, skipping all the rocks. But these kids are having so much fun, and it's so great to see. I mean, all the parents are down here just watching and having a blast. And don't forget, here in about an hour, we'll kick off the Racer Appreciation Dinner. Thank you to the Robinette family, the Mid-America Outdoor, and Ultra4 crew for putting that on. We'll be feeding the drivers and having some fun, having some beverages and chatting and just, catching up. It's great to see.
Out on screen right now, that is the 224 of Brentley Dixon. We went and did a little interview with them earlier. Brentley was at school, but his backup is out there actually qualifying for him.
And the 224, you said? What was the name?
Brentley Gilbert. Dixon. Brentley Dixon. Brentley Gilbert's a country artist, I believe.
So Brentley Dixon, that 224, having fun. A little smoke puffing out of the old 170. They've been running that thing hard for a long time.
I believe Brentley Gilbert has already completed.
Brentley Dixon.
Dixon, I'm sorry.
All good. I mess up all the time,
You're going to have
too.
a new name, Brentley. I'm so sorry.
But they are having so much fun out there on
see
course.
That car number.
I don't know if there is a car number.
It's right there on the back. No? Maybe it's a brand new car, and it's just the new sticker. I'm not sure.
They're having fun. It doesn't matter at all. They're out there having the time of their life qualifying for the 2022 Nitto Tire Stampede.
Is that the 75 of Peter Abb? Yes, I believe it is, because he is on the line or has taken the green flag.
And that is Edwin Abb's son. We saw him qualify just a little bit ago.
Again, future of the sport. Been watching Edwin, he's watching Dad and hopefully one day get in his car.
And look at the drone-on-drone action right there with the Believe Cam FPV drones chasing these little kids around the track. So much fun.
And he just took the number 1 spot away from Grace with a 13-second lead. So Peter Abb in number 75 is in that number 1 position.
And I'm just getting a little chatter through my PCI race radio. We have a cold course, so we have qualified all of our classes. We qualified almost 90 cars out there today in just over 3 hours. So a huge shout out to all of our racers for keeping everything run smooth. JT Taylor, John Goodby, NorCal crew, MAO Ultra4 crew, the safety, everybody out there. We had a great day of qualifying. So thanks to everybody for keeping it going, for putting on a show for us, for you, for everybody here on site. Again, the Racer Appreciation Dinner kicks off in about an hour, so all the teams and drivers, please come down to the Ultra4 merchandise tent. We'll have a great dinner and catch up and chat. Tomorrow morning, I'll give you kind of a rundown of our schedule. At 7:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, we kick off the UTV prelim. 8:15, we do the 4600 prelim. 9 o'clock, we do the 4800 prelim. 9:45, the 4500 prelim. At 10:30, we do the UTV 170s, and then at 11:15, 4400 Heat 1. At high noon, 4400 Heat 2, 12:45, 4400 Heat 3, and then at 1:45 is the UTV main event. And then at 2:30 will be the 4600 main event. At 3:15 will be the 4400 B main, and then at 4:15 will be the 4800 main event. At 5 o'clock will be the 4400 LCQ. One car does advance to the main there. And then at 5:30, the 4500 main event kicks off. And then at 6 o'clock, we'll do driver introduction, track maintenance, and then 6:15, the 4400 main event. So like I said, we start at 7:30. We'll be live for over probably about 12 hours tomorrow. So be sure to tune in, ultra4racing.com/live. Go to the MAO app, download that. Go to the MAO Ultra4 Facebook and YouTubes, and tune in off and on all day. And like I said, it's going to be fun. But if you're in the area, it's only $25 per person to come through the gate. You can buy tickets here on site. Kids 12 and under are free. So please just come out and check everything out. It's going to be a wonderful day again.
Yes, it is.
Again, I'm Miles Hasquist alongside with Pam Hall. It's been a great day of qualifying. We'll be live racing tomorrow. Pam, what do you got to add?
I have to add, bring your water, bring your ice chest, bring your sunscreen. If you don't have any of that, of course, you can go to the Mid-America merchandise trailer and purchase all of it. But it's going to be a hot day. I'm so excited for it. I mean, look at the qualifying we just had.
And the weather's going to be absolutely beautiful. And this is some of the best short course racing you can have. Wheel-to-wheel, whoops, jumps, rocks. We got it all. And these cars can do it all and do it all well.
So many people were so excited to come back here. I mean, I've never been here. You have the racers that, have been wanting to come back here. They were so excited to be here. I can see why. I can see why, just going around the course ourselves, the other day when we were mapping it out, which you guys will see a map of the race course tomorrow that has been put together. We'll put it up on the live show just so you can see the turns and
show
everything.
You all the sponsored rock sections and all that's going on. So it's going to be a great day. So again, I'm Miles Hasquist alongside with Pam Hall. We are signing out, and we will see you in the morning.
It's time for electric
Perfect. Then we're
to
going
turn into lightning. An electric truck that can haul on both ends, that can help build your house, and if need be, power that house. That feels like